Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Level 7 Escape, the second scenario. And our goal is to activate 3 access panels to reactivate this elevator here. Right now we are here. The first panel is here, and we haven't accessed this one because if you activate the last one, or if you access the last one, lockdown starts, and then you have to run back to the elevator before lockdown is complete. So my idea is to find the other 2 panels first, and then start to accessing them one by one. We've lost subject 32SCF0408. She was killed by some weird support structure that was falling on her head in this generator room here. So yeah, he's the one left, and he now ended here in some kind of a dead end. There is a locked room here. It would be possible for him to continue on his way here. He could attack the door and then try to move on, but I think I prefer to move through this dark room here. I can ignore the darkness penalty because I got that flashlight, and I can simply explore this room here. So I'm going to do this, move here, and then draw the next tile and enter the other room, and that's pretty bad because there we have a security room which will always be activated when we enter it, not only the first time. But the interesting thing is we have vents here. So I'm not sure how to place this. I could place it like this, and maybe that is yeah, I think that's not such a bad idea, because this then connects to this room with the panels. So I guess that could be good, and then we can move on and hope for more vents in the next turn. Okay, so and we have to draw an event card because of the security symbol here. Okay, so no one is spawned, but it says, whoops, do you think they heard that? Move 2 guards, 1 tile each toward you, or spawn a guard on your tile. If you cannot move 2 guards, you must spawn 1. Okay, so that means I have to spawn a guard on my tile, which is not very good. This will be this guy here. And then we have to activate the clone. And because I got a fear of 5, the clone now goes after me. And this is now interesting. The clone can use vents. So they can move through vents. So that means now the clone will move directly into this room here. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I think I want to outwit one of these enemies to be able to leave the room. Remember, you cannot leave a room if there's an enemy with you in that room. If there are enemies of both kinds, you have to choose the one which has more that will be the one you have to outwit. So in this case, I guess I can choose which one I'll take because they have both the same number. So I guess I want to outwit the guards. The reason for that is that if I would not manage to outwit the clone, he will get an additional die during the attack because of this 5 fear. But actually I'm thinking about using a card anyway, which will reduce my fear. So yeah, locked door leaves with the fear. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna discard that card, or I'm gonna play that card. It says lose 2 fear, and that is good now because that reduces my fear beyond the fear level of the guards. So that means now if a clone would be activated, it will actually attack the guard. Okay, and that means I have now an intelligence of 4. And I need 3 successes here to outwit the guards. And I managed to do that. So I can now move here and draw another tile. Okay. So that is now sick bay A. And here we got this marker here, this hospital marker. So if you start your turn in such a tile, you can draw 2 cards, 2 adrenaline cards, instead of 1, which is obviously an advantage. But it's also a security room, so that means we have to draw another security card here. And the vents continue here, so that is a good thing. Still, I like to find some more panel rooms now. Okay. So let's draw one of these cards now. And again, no creature is spawned. Security personnel report to Charlie's sector. Move 2 guards 1 tile each toward you or spawn a guard on your tile. If you cannot move 2 guards, you must spawn 1. Great. Okay, so there are the clones are actually activated. So not sure. I could spawn a guard, but I think I don't want to do this. So actually they all move in here. Well, that's not true, of course. First this guard is activated following me, and then this one is activated. And then the clones are activated. And the clone moves to the one with the highest fear, which will be the... this is now interesting. It will be the guard. I will gain a +1, but so does the guard, because they are adjacent on an adjacent tile, which gives enemies a +1. I wonder if that also applies to non-characters. Just a second here. Well, actually it says only a character adds 1 adjacent. So I have now the same fear level as this guy, but it doesn't matter anyway. He moves simply in here and he will not attack because an activation is only 1 action. Okay, so that is then the end of that turn. And the beginning of the next turn we could now draw 2 cards, but because my maximum hand limit is 5, I can only draw 1 card. And I could actually continue losing fear think I will do this. So my fear goes down, I gain 1 fear. Plus 1 is 2, 4, so I got 5 fear now. And I can again try to outwit these guys. And I think I'm gonna outwit now the the clone actually. And I didn't manage to do that. So that's not that great. What I could do is, and I think I will, I need 1 more challenge die, so I think I will gain 2 fear, and that allows me to re-roll 2 challenge dice. So now this is interesting because actually now I have 1 less fear than I did before. I have 1 less intelligence than I had before. So I'm not absolutely sure if I have to remove one of the other dice or not. It's hard to say actually. In this case it would not be a problem. I could remove this one. But otherwise, can I only have now an overall amount of 4 dice? I don't know. In this case it doesn't matter, so I'm going to roll 2 dice and I need 1 more success here. And well, I just made it. So that allows me now to move on, and I will leave this room, I guess. Well, I'm not absolutely sure. I mean, I could move maybe also through this door, and maybe I can then come back here and close this. That would not be so bad, I guess. So I enter this room here and okay, so there is another vent, which is also not so bad. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna place, this is by the way corridor 2058, no, B I guess. And I'm gonna place it like this. So there is now another vent and it's all connected here with the other rooms. So that's kind of cool. Still, it's about time to find some of the other panel rooms. It's strange. They should have been there from time to time. I mean, the odds tell you that they should show up. But whatever. This is now a fear room. I'm not sure if we have... Yeah, we have one here, actually, but we haven't had another one until now. Okay, so this time we have this fear room. And... damn, I always forgot to re-roll the dice for the security events. Okay. And now I'm gonna draw an event card again. And we have to spawn a guard. So we have guard number 1 and number 2 on the board. So guard number 3 is now spawned on the closest control room, security room, which is obviously this one here. Okay, and then fear. Wait, I heard something down that dark hall. Each player chooses to either discard 2 adrenaline cards or gain 2 fear. Well, in this case, I think I'm going to take the 2 fear because I don't have that much adrenaline cards left. Is that really what I want to do? Damn. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. It's not great, but I think it's the best I can do right now. So I got lots of fear now, which is not good. Okay. And then, because we have a 2-player game, the clones are activated. So that means because this clone is now on the same tile with an enemy, he will attack the guards, and he rolls 3 dice, and that was no success. Okay, so that is then the end of this turn. Okay, I draw an adrenaline card. And then I'm going to take another card here. This is Sickbay B, which is a good thing because it would allow me to draw few adrenaline cards during the next turn. And now we can actually close... yeah, this is interesting. We can now close this this gap. So, damn. Man, this is weird. Okay, well, actually, we have to place a card like this. There is no other way. Okay, and now actually all these vents are connected with each other, which is a good thing, I guess. The problem is, though, that there is no door here, so I have to go back and then go up here, I guess. Okay, let's see, we have now here yeah, we have another security room here, so let's draw a card. And you see, if you play this really solitaire with only one character, it plays very fast. And another guard is actually spawned. And this is now guard number 4. And he will be spawned in my room because it's a security room. And this is not so great. And then we have here an event. Now that's my tax dollars at work. Move a clone 1 tile in any direction. Remove a clone that shares a tile with at least 1 guard. Gain 2 fear. So that's not... that's really not what I wanted to happen. Okay, so I guess I'm going to move the clone down here. And then I gain 2 fear, which is pretty bad. I'm absolutely freaking out now, and I don't like that at all. And then I'm afraid this guy activates. All the guards now activate. So let's see, these guards, they go after the clone because the clone has a pretty high threat level. And number 2 will also move to the clone. Number 3 also. But number 4 stays with me on the same tile and attacks me. Because if there is a valid target on that tile, it will be attacked right away. So let's see if I got a card which could help me here. I'm afraid not. Damn. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'm gonna play that one. So let's move back here. So what I'm gonna do is I will lose 1 fear at any time. Cancel 1 guard activation from an event card. That's important. I'm gonna do this. Absolutely. Okay, good. Oops. So yeah, that's adrenaline. Here we go. Adrenaline cards. Okay. So let's go on, and because now we are here in this sick bay, we are allowed to draw 2 adrenaline cards. That's good. And again, we want to outwit this guard. So I'm gonna, and I want to lose fear, so it's a good effect here. We're gonna lose 2 fear. And I now got 3 5 dice to roll with. And I need 3 successes. Ooh, oh yeah, that was close actually. I just made it here. Pretty crazy. But I managed to outwit him, and I can draw another tile. And again, this is not what I wanted. And now I have to kind of... This is a sector 1 generator. And now we're here at the limit. And sadly now here... Well, wait a second. I could place it like this. And then the vent here will go on. So that's a good thing. And it's a storage facility, or a storage room, so I got to draw another event card. No one is spawned. Move. Roll a number of dice equal to your speed. Gain 4 fear -1 for each speed icon you roll. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Oh man. So let's see what we got. We got a speed of 2. So let's see. We got a speed of 2. So let's roll and let's hope. Let's roll high. It would be good. Yeah, great. Okay, so we gain 4 fear, which is not possible. So we have now a fear of 8. That's pretty ridiculous. But okay. And then the clones are activated, and they are activated twice. If you have the same symbol twice on a card, you have to activate all of them twice. So in this case we only have 1 clone, and we have to activate them for the first time, and he's now going after me because I clearly have the highest fear. So this is interesting because he will also probably, yeah, he will move through the vents actually. And so with his first move, he will end up here, because he can move like this and then show up here. And then with his second move, he will move here into this room. And now I have to rearrange the table a little bit. Okay, actually I realized I made a mistake. I placed that card or that tile here. That's not possible because there's simply no door. So I could have outwit this card and then move here and here. So I can place that tile here instead. And I think then I'm going to place it that way. So it is still connected to the vents. And I'm going to enter now here, but now this guy moves here and then enters my room. So that's an important difference now. Now it should be okay, it should be alright. Okay, so that is then the end of this turn. Let's draw a new card. And that's good. We can lose fear. That's definitely something we want to do. So we play that card here. Lose 2 fear. Got a +2. So again we have 5 dice to roll to outwit the clone and enter this area. I could now also attack the clone, by the way, but I think this is definitely not what I want to do. I could gain... Well, I couldn't because I was at the very top. I could attack the clone. It would not give me a threat token. Only if you attack guards, you gain threat tokens. And I would have had... I would have had 4 dice, so it might have been enough to kill that clone. But the chance to run away is better. Yeah, okay, that's no problem at all. So let's see what we got here, and still we don't have a... we don't have this panel. So we have to run through the green lab. Simply have to place it like this. And then we move into this room. And this is now interesting because in this room there is none of these event symbols. Only this science symbol, but that is no problem. So we can actually now move on because we only have used our first speed point. So we can enter another room. And that's now a storage room. Squad Bay A, and as you can see it's a storage room. So maybe we find something useful here. In this case, I think we should also place it like this, so that there is still a connection to these vents. Okay, and we move in here now. So, yeah, let's see. Let's draw an item now. Oh, that's another flashlight here, great. So we don't really need that. That's sad. But okay, whatever. And there is no event symbol here. That means we have to draw an event card, but we don't have to resolve this, this event text. So we have to spawn another guard. And this is interesting now because now there is only... in the scenario it's written there is a reserve of 4. And that means there are only 4 guards that you can spawn during the game. This number will change if we access some control panels, but at least until then, it says here reserves 4, clones reserves 6. So now we cannot spawn another guard, and I wonder if something else happens instead. Okay, I see now I actually made a pretty bad mistake. Well, it might not have been so bad, but it says here if the current character sphere is 7 or more, spawn a clone on the closest vent in addition to any other enemies the event spawns. And I didn't know that. So, I mean 7 is a lot. It would be up here. And I'm pretty sure that this character only had a 7 during the last turn or so. And there no guy would have been spawned. So it might have been okay. I'm not absolutely positive about that, but I think it might have been okay. But I'm pretty sure the other character would have been probably surrounded by clones. I don't remember that absolutely, but I'm pretty sure about that, because there was a time when she had a very high fear level. So that is very important to remember. Yeah, I simply forgot that. So let's see. No more of that enemy type can be spawned. Okay, so that's okay. So we don't have to spawn a guard right now. And because my fear is only 6, we don't have to move a clone. And there is no event, so now all guards are activated. So that means that they will all move here towards that that clone, because he's the one with the highest threat value. And we have to do it in the right order. So first we have to activate this guy. Then we have to activate this one, and then this one. And this is important because there is a pack limit. And in this scenario, no more than 2 guards on one tile are allowed. So that means now this guy will not move in here, and that's why the order is important. Because if we had moved them before, then yeah, then there would be one left in here. I don't know if it is so important right now, but in theory it is. Okay, so that was the event here, and then we run on, and I think I'm going to turn left here, simply to avoid the edge of the table. So let's see where we end up. Yeah, we can simply enter this room, and that's another storage room. Sadly, it's no it's again no panel, but we have a vent there. Here we go. Oh, that might be a vent, I guess. So I'm going to place this room now like this. So it is now actually, this room is now connected, for example, to this room down here, because there is also a vent. So that is pretty amazing if you think about that. If we play that in a clever way, we can then move through the vents back down here, and from there it's not so far back to the lift. Okay, so because that's a storage room, we simply draw another item, and that is a map fragment. So this is not bad in this case. On your turn, discard this card to look at the next 3 tiles. Put one on the bottom of the final stack, put the other 2 on the top of the stack you drew them from in any order. So yeah, I guess that's something I want to do now, because I want to find some panels. So I'll play that right away. And actually, this is now interesting. If I take this map fragment, it will go beyond my carrying limit. So I guess I have to discard a flashlight, because I can only carry 2 items. So I have to throw away a card, I guess. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think so. And then I can use that map fragment and also discard it. But this goes now here to the discard pile, while the other one stays here on the board. Okay, so I can now look at the top 3 tiles, and that is a panel, which is good. And we have another panel, very good. Okay, so we're definitely going to place that underneath the last one. And now let's see in which direction we want these 2. We could place that one like this. And do we have a vent here? Well, sadly not. But anyway, I think that's fine like that. Okay, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place that on top and this one underneath. Okay, just like that. Cool. Yeah, fine. And this is a security room, so we have to draw another event card here, and we have to spawn another guard, and there are no more guards left, so we cannot spawn any, but we have this security thing here going on. These security panels tap into the guard comms. Choose a guard and attempt a 4 intelligence challenge. If you pass, return that guard to the reserves. If you fail by 2 or more, activate that guard. Well, okay, it's not that important for me. So, anyway, I could play one of these cards. I think I've forgotten to draw one at the beginning of the turn, so I'm going to do that. I will play one of these cards. And simply to get rid of some fear. So here we go. And then I have to do this 4 intelligence test. So we got 1, we got 4 intelligence, so we need 4 successes. Oh no, that was pretty bad. So we failed, and we failed by 2 or more. So we have to activate a guard. And it was actually this one. Well, I should have said that before, but I thought about activating this one because I actually wanted a guard which was closest to the elevator. So, and now he's activated, so that means he moves in here. And then we have to activate the guards a second time. And now let's see, this is number 1. And that is number 2, so you can now move in here, number 3 and number 4. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, I think this should be now. This is a time to load this up, I guess. And in the next video, I think we can finish this game. It's not looking bad. We're doing quite good. We have to activate these tiles, these panels, which gets a little harder and harder. The more panels you have activated. So that might be an interesting challenge. And then we have to move back. And luckily now we have here a vent, so we could enter then here. So I guess I'm going to place that thing here. We have here a vent, we can enter here and then simply move back down here. Well, let's see. Yeah, exactly, to this one here, where we have the last active panel, and then run here to the exit. So overall, that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yeah. So hope to see you then. Until then, bye.